Hi guys, welcome back and welcome to another cash stuffing video. This is my second cash stuffing video on my channel. Today I'm going to give you an update on my sinking fund situation and add some money to my sinking funds. So before I start, I'm just going to show you guys, first of all, what sinking funds I have and how I use my sinking funds. I don't have any envelopes for my sinking funds. When I first started budgeting years and years and years ago, the way I started budgeting, or what got me interested in budgeting, was the show Until Debt Do Us Part with Gail Vaz Oxlade. It was on CNBC and it took place in Canada. And Gail came into people's homes and evaluated their budget and their lifestyle, and she gave them jars to pay for food and gas and things like that with a certain amount of cash in them. So that is how I first started budgeting before I even got married over 10 years ago. So the jars I have here are literally jars that I had from over 10 years ago when I was cash budgeting by myself. And since then, I've just changed the labels on these jars with my label maker. So I'm not sure if Till Debt Do Us Part comes on CNBC anymore, but you can find it on YouTube. It is a show from the 90s, so it's going to look dated, but the information is still relevant. And I really enjoyed her show. That's Till Debt Do Us Part. So the sinking funds I have are home, which is anything we need for our house that isn't consumable. Kids. This is our clothes jar. I need to put a label on it. I don't have one. This is our pets jar. And we have a cars jar. Currently, we also have a medical sinking fund, and you'll notice all of these names or categories are also in my cashless envelopes section of my budget. So when I thought to do sinking funds, what I thought made the most sense was to put money aside for categories that we tend to go over budget on, or unplanned expenses tend to pop up for. So these are categories that we budget for every month in our budget, but we also add extra money for these categories into a sinking fund. So if something was to happen, like we need a car repair and the $700 that we budget every month for cars won't cover that car repair, then we have money in this jar that we could use to pay for that car repair before we dip into our emergency fund. That's the same for all of these sinking funds. It's just essentially extra money we're putting away for a particular category that we tend to go over budget or have surprise expenses for, that we have in case we need it. So the money we have in these jars isn't earmarked for anything in particular. We're not saving up for anything for our home. We're not saving up for anything for our kids, our pets, a car. We're not saving up for anything in particular. So these sinking funds are just ongoing with no end goal in mind. The only one that we have that kind of has an end goal is this medical bill sinking fund. We didn't used to have a medical bill sinking fund, which is why it doesn't have a jar. We do have a medical category in our cashless envelopes, because if you've been here a while, you know Carter was on medication that we got every 2 weeks. So that came out of our medical category. But since he's had his ablation, we don't need to buy medicine every 2 weeks for him. So we are still expecting, although he had an ablation in March, we still have not gotten the bill from the hospital where we owe our $1,000 deductible. So we are pulling money for our $1,000 deductible into this medical bills envelope that I just made. So once we get to $1,000, probably less, because I anticipate us being able to pay the bill off in full when it does come due. And I'll call them and ask them for a discount for paying in full. And they'll probably give us a 20% discount. And then we will pay the $800 all at one time, so we could take advantage of that discount. And then we'll do away with this envelope because we won't need it. So since this medical envelope is part of our cashless envelopes but not part of our sinking funds, I'm not going to stuff it in this video because I don't have any money to put in it. I only have money for our actual sinking funds because me and my oldest son had to get glasses this month, so that kind of took up all the extra money we had for medical. But as you can see, we have deposited $100 in April and $160 in May. So we should have $260 in this envelope. 1, 2, 20, 40, 50, 55, 60, and we do. Okay, so let's start with cars. I think the last time I did this video was in February, so we will go over the transactions that have happened since February. In March, we made a deposit of $70, which gave us a $230 balance. But then also in March, we had a car repair that we had to do. It was like a $1,300 car repair. You guys remember the fiasco with my husband's truck. So we took $230 out of this jar, which gave us 0 in this jar. In April, we deposited $100, bringing us to a $100 balance. And in May, we deposited $40, bringing us to a $140 balance. Today, we are also going to, I'm going to have to turn the paper, guys, sorry. We're going to put in $40. So we should have $180 after I put the 40 in. And grab 2 20s from over here next to me. So 1, 20, 40, 60, 170, 180. Perfect. All right, so next is going to be pets. Let's see. In February, we did a deposit of $10 to bring us to a $150 balance. We took out $70 in March because we went to Tractor Supply and got some baby chicks and some supplies for them, which cost us $70, which gave us a balance of $80. At the end of March, we had a car repair. We took $30 out of this jar to help with that car repair, giving us a $50 balance. In April, we added $100 to give us a $150 balance. And then in May, we added $40 to give us a $190 balance. So now we are going to add another $40. Okay, so after we add our $40 today, we should have a total of what? $230. All right, so we've got 1, 20, 40, 60, 80, 2, 10, 20, 30. Perfect. Okay. All right, now let's do close. So we made a deposit in February of $10, giving us 40. deposit in March of $20, giving us $60. We took $40 out for clothes in March to bring our balance to $20. We made a deposit in April of $100, bringing our balance to $120. Also in April, I had to get some shoes for our boys, so I took out $37, leaving $83. We made a deposit in May of $40 to bring the balance to $123. And this month, I took $60 out to get some pants for Brian. So once we add $40, we should be at $103. There are 20 in here. There it is. Okay. 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, and 1, 2, 3. $103. I'm looking out the window. I hope it rains so I don't have to go out and water the garden, which I do thoroughly enjoy doing, but it is almost 7 o'clock now, so it's getting dark, so I'm waiting for it to rain. All right, what is this? Kids, oh my goodness, look at all these transactions. I'm not even gonna say it. Y'all can see it. What comes out of here the most is chores for my 7-year-old Bryson. He is a helper. He likes to make money. He also likes to spend his money. His daddy told him if he kept $50, saved up his money to $50, that he'd match it and give him another $50. But Bryson cannot hold on to any money. But he is a helper. He likes to do chores. He likes to make money. So most of these things are like Bryson doing chores. We did take money out. I took $150 out of this jar for the car repair because it is one of the jars that we had a lot of money in at one time, just because I had put a lot of money in January when we were going to go to Monster Jam. So it had over $200 in it. So I took out $150 for the car repair. And since then, we've made some deposits, a couple of dollars for Easter. I think I put $1 in 2 eggs for them to hunt in the yard. Bryson doing chores, us going to the pool at the Y. Now that it's summer, that's a lot of... Baby, can you stop, please? Okay. That's a lot of the withdrawals on here is going to the pool and Bryson doing chores. Here, Bryson matched socks. We have a basket of socks. So he matched socks and he got $1 for every 10 pairs he matched. So he made $2 doing that. So presently we should have, oh, I think I'm behind. I took $10 out. Hold on. That was yesterday. We went to the pool and I took $10 out. So $153. Trying to think, did I take something else out? I think I took $1 more out. It was a few days ago for the pool because I had a few dollars and I only needed $1. So $152. And then today we're gonna do the deposit of $40. So that will give us $192 when it's done. I can't get all the money out. Okay, I'm grabbing 40 from my right. 20. There's also $1 in change in here, $1 in there. So 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 130, 150, 160, 170, 180, 181, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91. This says I should have 192. So I took another $1 out for something. Who knows? It's good enough. Let me just fix it. We will make this 191. Okay. And then our poor little home jar. So this currently has nothing in it. We did make a deposit in February, and then we also took $20 out to buy some of the strawberry plants that we have in our garden currently. Put in $70 in March. We took $100 out for that car repair. Put in $100 in April. We took $40 out to buy some rain barrels. We bought some like 55-gallon drums that we turned into rain barrels. We went to a yard sale and we spent $15. We made a deposit of $40 in May, and then at the end of May, our deep freezer went out and we needed, we cash flowed some of it with our, like just our checking account, what we had from our paychecks, and then we pulled $185 out of this sinking fund to cover the rest, which gave us a zero balance. So now we're going to add $48. Which will give us a balance of $40. All right. So I still don't know where my calculator is. Hold on one second. Let me turn on my computer and we will add up how much we have in all of our sinking funds combined. All right, so we have $40 in the home jar. Get over there. We have 191, excuse me, 191 in the kids jar. 103 in the clothes jar. $230 in pets. $180 in cars. And then we have $260 in this medical envelope. So currently we have a cool $1,004 in all of our sinking funds. So if that medical bill comes today and we so deem it necessary, we could pull all the money out of these sinking funds and pay that medical bill. Or we could just keep building them up and use them for who knows what. My husband was asking me like what the point of these jars were. Like he knew that we had these jars in the house. He was just like confused by why we had these jars in the house because I'm the budgeter. So I was explaining to him essentially what I explained to you guys. You know, if we have an expense that we need money for, we can use these jars. And if at the end of the year, you know, we have another $500 in these jars and we haven't spent anything and there's $1,500 in these jars, we could pull it all out and make a huge debt payment with it, or we could pull it all out and put it in our high yield savings account, or continue just letting the money sit in these jars, because it's nice having cash on hand for things that you need also without having to run to the ATM. So I hope you guys enjoyed getting an update on my sinking funds, seeing me stuff some cash. If you did, please be sure to give this video a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, make sure you hit that red subscribe button, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.